Essere francescano è un valore.
Being a Franciscan today has an added value, a recognition of St. Francis's prophetic idea. He is the saint who wanted the Franciscans to have a presence in the Holy Land, and thus he gave rise to the custody of the Holy Land.
Custodio di Terra Santa.
1 year has gone by since Pietro Kaswalder's death on June the 18th, 2014. The Italian Franciscan priest, in his 35 years of service, made a great contribution to the Holy Land through his work as a scholar, archaeologist, professor and passionate biblical tour guide in Jesus' land. I think his best contribution was his rethinking and reorganization of the tours led by the Studium Biblicum Franciscanum, which also produced notable publications.
Francescano, su cui ha prodotto anche delle pubblicazioni notevoli. Il contributo più tipico di Padre Pietro
Father Pietro's most typical contribution to archaeological, historical and biblical sciences on the Holy Land was studying the Bible together with archaeology. Few have the asset of being experts in both these fields.
Di poter possedere fermamente le due scienze.
Ero in biblioteca a studiare e lo vedevo continuamente.
I was in the library studying and I saw him there continually, because when he thought of a title that could be helpful to students who were doing their thesis with him, he immediately rushed to recommend it to them and provide it for them. It was precisely this level of attention that he gave to all stages of the students' course of study.
A tutte le fasi dello studio degli studenti.
Da lui ho imparato sicuramente l'amore.
From him I certainly learned about love for the Holy Land, love for these places. He always tried to create a brotherly environment, which would not only promote the study of the Bible, but also the brotherhood that the Bible tells us about.
Si parla nella Bibbia.
As a professor of exegesis at the Studium Biblicum Franciscanum in Jerusalem, and also biblical, archaeological and geographical excursion guide, Father Kaswalder was also actively involved in raising funds for the Holy Land. He became active in restoration projects at the sanctuaries of Gethsemane and Dominus Flevit in Jerusalem, and later also at Capernaum and the Grotto of the Annunciation in Nazareth.
Lui pensava sempre prima di tutto.
He first of all was always thinking in the good of the monuments and in their restoration, but he was especially thrilled that we would carry out these restorations and this work with locals.
Questi lavori li facessimo con le popolazioni locali.
Life as a Journey is the title of a book dedicated to Father Pietro, published by Edizioni Terra Santa and edited by Father Massimo Pazzini. The text, which was originally presented in recent weeks at the Biblical Festival of Vicenza, recalls the work done by Kaswalder, but it also shows the many areas of study that his research has opened up.
Lui già parlava con noi di due opere che...
In his computer files we found many other things, sketches of works that he had already told us about. In particular, he spoke about two works that were underway, a geographical guide to Judea and Samaria, and one to the Negev. We are waiting for someone to help us or give us some good suggestions in order to implement these ideas.
E concretizzare queste idee.
La sua presenza è stato un dono importante che...
His presence was an important gift that has been with us for so many years, in so many important areas of life in the Holy Land and of the custody of the Holy Land. The message of the holy places is not an abstraction, it is something concrete, but it is also a legacy. His passion has been passed on to many others who will continue to pursue these projects.
Patrimonio di tanti altri che devono continuare a portare avanti questi suoi progetti.